What's up, everybody? Dealing with my tripod here. Cut me a little slack. I bought a tripod for the cheap. I bought it for the cheap, and now I'm paying for it. Um, yeah, it's how it is sometimes. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. If you're watching on the replay, thank you very much. Let me click on my own live show here. Get it rolling. Get it rolling. Like it? Yes, I liked it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Saturday Night Live show. We're all set up. We're done. We ran about, say, 570 miles today. Did about 570 today. Got about 495 left to do. We'll get that done tomorrow, I'm sure. I'm hopeful. Been a rough day on fuel mileage. Woo! It's like in the sixes, dog. And not the high sixes, the low sixes. Man, heavy load, like 43,000 pounds of do not freeze beverages. Traffic. I don't want to sound like a whiner. I'm just explaining on why it's that bad, I'm still very thankful for this day. You know what I mean? Like, we still made money, we still trucking, and you know what I mean? The moon coming up this afternoon was absolutely amazing. It looked like it was this big in the windshield. I was like, holy smokes. There's a lot to be thankful for. I'm not complaining. I'm gonna let you know, rough day for fuel mileage. Oh yeah, the big one. Here, let me give you all my excuses. Number one, the wind. This morning, 22 mile an hour wind. Sorry, my guest was just informing me. Fake Trucking will be here in a minute. He's off doing scallywaggeries right now. He's enjoying home time. We'll drag him in here in a minute. I appreciate him coming on. It'll be a little while. We'll talk. We'll get a conversation going here amongst ourselves until he has a chance to come in. So 22 mile an hour wind. The lowest I seen the wind today was 14 mile an hour, and that's dead out of the north, and I'm heading north. So I was dealing with a 22 mile an hour wind. Traffic was a beast. I assume from now till like Christmas, traffic's going to be kind of rough. I was working north on 35, and why my GPS decided to take me through downtown Fort Worth. We could have went around Fort Worth, but Fort Worth is a beast right now on 35. Heads up. Big traffic delay right there before you get to Ardmore. So with a heavy load, it's rough on fuel, stopping and going. I had the wind. Just a lot of factors hurting me on fuel today. Oh, another big one. I was running 70 mile an hour into that 22 mile an hour wind because hours. I got to run her at 70 to get to where I got to go. I think I may have agreed to something I'm going to regret too. I agreed to a load to Louisiana next week. So getting home for Christmas is going to be rough. Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah, this too. Mother truckers. Stopped by the Cowboy Travel Plaza today. If you guys don't know, the Cowboy Travel Plaza, just north of Oklahoma City there, exit 174, they got Asian My official mother trucker gear. Official. When I first saw it, I was like, I think I just watched the video this morning before I got rolling. I watched the video of him at this travel plaza. I didn't even know that was that travel plaza. I stopped there because I wanted to see what they had like in the way of gifts, because Christmas is coming up. I like to find odd little toys, right around this time of year. And, some of these more like, not the TA, the loves, just the like these travel plazas, I like to catch them and see what they got going on as far as toys. So, I pulled in there. I walked over there and they had Asian My shirts over there. I was like, hey, that's my boy. I got to get one of his shirts. You know what I mean? I got to get one of his shirts. I mean, I like that guy. I like that guy. He's been really nice to me. He's never asked for nothing in return. So I said, hey, buy me an Asian My shirt. You guys should go over to the AsianMyShow.com and get you some merch. That guy, I don't know if he'll make it through winter on, he's only got 200,000 subscribers, and head over there and buy something for that guy. You know what I mean? He only lives in $1 million house and drives all these nice cars, but I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? Like, I am the type of person I can genuinely be happy when someone succeeds. You know what I mean? Like, his success takes nothing away from me. His success is his success, and he's worked hard for it. And whether he did or he didn't makes no difference to me. It's like rich kids. Not this is totally different than the Asian My, but it's like rich kids. A lot of people want to hate on rich kids, and it's like, they had it easy because their parents wanted them to have it easy and had the means to make it easy. You know what I mean? Like, just a thought. Let's see. What else have I been thinking about today? Oh, does it like creep you guys out when you see an old greasy trucker flirting with the pretty girl that works at the truck stop? Oh, it was I wish I could have got it on tape and showed you guys. There was this guy at the truck stop this morning. I'm gonna say 50-ish years old. Of course, you know how truck drivers are. Hell, he might have been 24 for all I know. You know what I mean? Like, he was probably a solid, 80, 100 pounds overweight, and I ain't making fun of it. Hey, I'm in that boat right now. I got 50 pounds to lose ASAP Rocky. So, I'm not making fun of the guy's weight. I'm just trying to paint you a picture of what I saw. So the guy comes in there, like, I look like he hadn't took a shower in a solid month. About 50 pounds overweight, probably about 50 years old. Really, really pretty, attractive girl working at the truck stop, probably like early 20s, attractive girl. And we was down in Texas. She was a spicy senorita, and I mean, he was just Mac Daddy in it. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I don't care. You run your game, you do whatever, but just know, she's only being nice to you because it's part of her job. You know what I mean? Like it's her job to be nice to you and listen to you and do the things, like, if you want to sit there and flirt and pick 50 lottery tickets, she's got to stand there with you and give you the 50 lottery tickets. It's a bummer. And it's to me, it's a bummer for me because I'm like, just hurry up and get the hell out of the way, dude. Like, pick your lotto, and move on. But that's me. Let me get to some comments before I get too far behind. We do have a special guest tonight. Fate Trucking will be here, I hope. Who knows? He's not in the truck tonight. He's at home, so salute to him for coming in during home time. You know how that goes. Not everybody wants to come in during home time, so I appreciate it. DPG says, go time. Yes, sir. Go time. Just finished up a Monster energy drink. I was feeling it this afternoon, man. I thought I was going to have to stop and take a nap. I really did. Slept amazing last night. Thunderstorms and all. I was just tired. I mean, this has been a crazy week. Whenever I get to this weekly recap, you're gonna know. I did 2 runs this week. over 800 miles that both had to be done in under 25 hours. Yeah. So they basically handed me my paperwork with 800 miles to go and said, it'll be there tomorrow morning. You know, and that's after I sit there getting loaded all night. So, yeah, it's been a busy week. Thought I was gonna have to take a nap after I stopped at the Cowboy truck stop. Got me some barbecue. It's pretty good. You know. Barbecue is barbecue. Like when it's pulled pork, you know, it's hard to do anything special with it because I don't put barbecue sauce on it. You know, I more or less bought it for the convenience. You know, I could have stopped. I got pork chops back there. I got steaks. You know, I got food. I bought it for the get and go of it, more or less. So it was okay. I bought some of those little tater twists they got there. Ate a couple of those. You know, I ate the thin ones that were really crispy because I can't have a lot of carbs. You know, low carb life over here. So. Roger Moore in the house, channel member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Jerome Jones says, what's up? Not much. Kelly Patterson, good evening. Handsome man. Thank you very much for being a channel member. DPG, yes. Maxim Raids in the house. What's up, Maxim Raids? Said, hey, Cash, my man. That hey-o reminded me. Every time I do that, it sets off my GPS. Every time I go, hey-o, for some reason, that's my Garmin thinks that's its go command. You know, I was looking at some Ric Flair wigs on the line the other day. You know, I'm thinking about getting a Ric Flair wig, you know, hit them with a little woo, you know what I'm saying? Daniel, what's up? This Trucking Life in the house. What up? Seen your videos, man. Been catching up on you a little bit. Paul Harris, the man, the myth, the legend's in the house. What's up? Tim West is in the house. Big Dog Trucker 68 channel member. Everybody check out Big Dog Trucker 68. Turbo's in the house. Kelly Patterson, you running a heavy load through the mountains? Yeah, I mean 35 is not a flat run. You know, like I'm coming out of South Texas, going back to Minnesota, and yeah, I mean it's pretty hilly up through there. It's not mountains, you know, you're not sitting here pulling like, you know, 6% grade for 5 miles, but you are just steady pulling. Like, you know, you catch it on the downturn, but then, you know, you earn it on the way back up. K Save in the house with $10. Thank you very much for the super chat. Says, Merry Christmas, Cash. Just touched down to Florida. Time to unload this hard-earned money. There you go. If you guys don't know, K-Save's going to join the Bass Pro Tournament from the way it looks. Every day he sends me, well, not every day, but like at least a couple times a month, he sends me a picture of a huge bass he's caught. And I'm like, do you still drive truck? When do you have time to go bass fishing? I ain't been fishing it forever. Basically, since I got my CDL, I don't ever go fishing anymore. Damn truck driving, taking up all my life. Oh man, I'm happy for you though, man. You know, live it up. You know, that's what I say. You're out here, you work hard, you make good money. Shoot, live it up. Let's see. Gary Bates in the house. Philly bound. Anybody working Christmas? Anybody got plans to just push it right through Christmas and say, you know, give me that money? Just, you know, go into the broker with a switchblade and just say, give me all your money. You know what I mean? Anybody planning on doing that? Let's see. I might be out for Christmas. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I go to Louisiana next week, I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything to anybody about it yet at the house because, you know, I mean, I'm going to the house. I'll probably be at the house tomorrow. You know, I prefer not to die, so I'm gonna wait till I leave back out. You know, I'll break that news when I'm out on the road. Got a really good paying load to Louisiana. Now, technically, there is time to get to Louisiana, get reloaded, get back to Minnesota. Probably what I'm going to do is be looking for a dry load that picks up and then it just delivers like Monday or something, you know. That way I ain't got to babysit it over the holiday on a reefer load. But yeah, I don't know. Stavros in the house. Good evening, all. Heading to Montana. There you go, Montana. Kelly Patterson with $5 super chat. Excuse me. Says thinking about doing some rotisserie seasoned prime rib. Come on, mashed taters, bacon gravy. What? Yes, bacon gravy and buttered veggies for Christmas. Oh, that sounds delightful. I mean, I got to be honest with you. Why wait till Christmas? Cook that today. Come on. I cook in the truck, but everything I cook is so plain. I'll just cook pork chops. I'll throw them in some butter. I'll put some seasoning on them maybe. But yeah, when you're doing it like that, whew, sounds delicious. Stavros says, good evening all, heading to Montana. Okay, just read that, I think. Barry's in the house. Evening, people. Yeah, appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with me. We are expecting a guest. ETA 10 minutes. Almost home. All right, watch out for that wind up there. Jerome Jones says, had a busy day. Bought a 2000 Buick LeSabre, 57,000 miles for $1,200. Needs work but no rust. I give you $2,000 for it right now. I love those cars, man. We talking 3.8 liter? Are we talking 3.8 liter? Sorry, I keep bumping my light. Makes it like a strobe light. Are we talking 3.8 liter up in that Buick? Because those things run forever. Yeah, that's a still of a deal if that's the 3.8 liter. Yeah, good car. Roger Moore says, at least you're rolling. I've been waiting 10 hours just to get in the door. Oh my God. At what point do we roll out? Have you made up your mind on what time you're just going to say screw it and leave? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Let's see, where was that? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm getting reloaded on a load from Minnesota to Louisiana. And it's really, really tight scheduled. I've already told the broker, I said, y'all realize y'all are giving me like no extra time to get there. Like I'm literally going to have to drive with no brakes other than, the required 30s and 10s. No brakes from Minnesota to Louisiana. I said, if they take like 4 or 5 hours to load me, I'm leaving because I'm not getting stuck in Louisiana over a Christmas holiday babysitting a load because they can't load me on time. You don't load me on time, I will pull straight out that door and go to the house because I will, be in Minnesota. I can literally be at the house in an hour and a half from this location, from the place I'm going to get loaded at. So, I made it clear. They're not going to set me there for, 10 and 9. Last time I was at that facility was for 9 hours. It ain't happening this time because if I do, then I'm not going to be able to make the delivery. And I don't play that game. If I can't make delivery, I'm out. Sorry to hear that, Roger. Sorry to hear it. Cody says, what up, Cash? Finally going home this week. All right. How long have you been out? Roger Moore says, nice, Jerome. Had one of those in green that I bought off my grandmother when I was in my 20s. Kelly Patterson says, more like traffic going to be rough until New Year's. Yeah. It's always bad, like, right, up until like after Christmas. And New Year's Eve, like always be careful. Yeah, I had one of the weirdest experiences on New Year's Eve one time with a car following me, and I knew they were drunk. You know what I mean? It was like 2 a.m, and I was rolling through the night, and I had a car like riding my bumper for like, I don't know, 30 miles. I slowed down to like 45. They slowed down with me. I sped up to 70. They sped up to 70 with me. I mean, this person was drunk, So be careful out there if you're trucking on New Year's. Everybody smash that like button for me if you can. If you haven't already, I do appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Always Learning is in the house. What's up? Jerome Jones says, Roger Moore, the car I bought is green. And old guy had it just sitting in the driveway for 3 years. All righty. Kelly Henderson, I bought a whip in a truck stop in Texas. Wife got excited. Ooh, there you go. Will Bond says, good. Cash is king and fans. Keep on trucking. Keep the rubber slapping the asphalt. Okay. Nice. Yeah, that's funny stuff. That's funny. If you guys don't know, This Trucking Life has a channel. Go check him out. Maxim Raid says, slow it down, Cash, 64 miles an hour, and keep that wallet fat. Yeah, I mean, I agree. But here's the thing. I missed this delivery, and I have to reschedule this. It's probably going to cost me like a day or two to reschedule. That's more expensive than the extra 150 to 200 I spend on diesel. I mean, I'm not a fan of running 70 mile an hour everywhere, but especially when the wind is 22 miles an hour, it's brutal. But it's got to be there. I totally agree with you. 64 is a sweet spot. It's a good spot. Caleb Anderson says, since I'm not in Texas, it wasn't me. Okay. This Trucking Life, for every couple of dozen girls he hits on, he probably gets one of them to the truck. Ugh. By couple dozen, you mean couple thousand? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, these girls work at truck stops. They hear that ish all day. All day they hear that. I see these. Oh my God! I used to work with this trucker, and he had he had been on the road since like the 50s, and he had like 8 hairs, that formed a mullet, and they maybe washed them once a year. He had a big beard, and it was like all unkept, and like it looked like a rat's nest. And he walked around in a button-up shirt. He'd always leave it unbuttoned down to like his belly button, and you could see all his gross-looking chest hair. Oh, he thought he was a Mac, dude. I went to the Petro. I went into a Petro one time, and he was sitting at the counter, and macking on the waitress. And I was just thinking, like, I don't mac on women that rely on tips. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a little unfair. You know what I mean? They get paid by tips. I don't think they're there to get macked on. Just saying. Gary Bates says, that story sounds like me. I know what you look like, Gary. It wasn't you. Roger Moore, that sounds like a fine Jerome. Yeah, that car sounds sweet. Sweet. Elmul Zero says, yo, you got some delay. Okay, yeah, maybe got a little delay in there. I do look blurry on this, so maybe we are getting some delay. Maybe not too much. Is it unwatchable? Hopefully not. Paul Harris says, I wasn't in Texas. I'm doing the same thing to the shop guys today. Hey, maybe that's a way to get your truck worked on a little faster. You know what I mean? Go in there and start flirting a little bit. Joe says, good evening from South Carolina. Really enjoy your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. I take all compliments. I love compliments. I'm not above them. Paul Harris says, I'm tired tonight. It's foggy here on 64 in Virginia. And West Virginia, the fog makes you extra tired. Yeah, the fog is a stress. It's a stress on your eyes. It's a stress on your, mentally. It's rough. Let's see. This Trucking Life is a member. Thank you very much for joining up. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. El Mer Mel Mer Luz Melzuro. I don't know. I'm horrible with names. Sorry. Says okay, getting better. A little less delay. Okay, yeah. Hopefully it's good. I really have no control over these things. I feel like self service in the truck stop parking lot's bad. You know what I mean? I don't care what you do. No matter what service you got, it just seems like it's a little sticky. You know, probably everybody, you know, watching me on YouTube in this truck stop. You know, there's probably 60 spots here. I'd say 30 of them are probably watching me. You know, my delusional. TJ Jones, Bull of the Woods in the house. What's up, TJ? Thanks for stopping by. K Save in the house. Appreciate the super chat, y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Kelly Patterson says, I'll be working through Christmas, but be home for New Year's. Way to blow up half of Oregon's coast with the fireworks. Nothing says Happy New Year like blowing something up. You know, I'm just saying. Roger Moore with the $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas, everyone. This Trucking Life just sounds like a blast. Freight Trucking's in the house. 10 minutes he'll be here. He's here right now. Let me jump over and grab him real quick. Let me go through a few comments real quick. East Texas Trucker says, crazy good week this week. Looking at 6,500 miles after this load. Holy moly. They run teams over there at RTI. If you guys don't know, go check out East Texas Trucker. He's a good guy. Young guy making a lot of money in trucking, proving it can be done. Here's another guy making a ton of dough, Nevada Trucking and Trails. Go check him out. I'm always impressed by what they going on. Another teams out there killing it right now. I'm going to bring in my guest, Fate Trucking. If any of you guys have a channel and you would like to drop a link to it, by all means, drop a link to it. You know, let people click on your link and check your channel out. And let's get to the man of the hour right here. Let's see what this guy's got going on. There he is, the one and only Fate Trucking. That looks like a luxurious truck you have behind you there. That's an awful big sleeper.
It's the extended edition of the Mac, the new Mac that's out. Oh. This is living quarters.
Right. So if you guys don't know, this is Fate Trucking. He is an owner-operator. He started being an owner-operator in January.
Yep.
And he's already paid off a truck. Tell us about that truck.
I was fortunate. I bought the truck right before the market changed and everything started getting super expensive. But I bought a 2015 Mac CXU 613. And the way I purchased it is I purchased it through the carrier I'm leased onto, which is DIY Semis carrier. He offered me a lease purchase deal that was better financing and everything that I could get kind of on my own when I was looking at purchasing a truck. Can you hear me, Cash?
Yeah, it's a little glitchy. So tell us about your operation. How are you so successful? And everybody, just so you know, Fate Trucking does have a channel. I've got a link to it posted at the top of the comments. So everybody go subscribe to him. Check out his channel.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. So what was the question?
How are you so successful? How did you pay off a truck so quick?
I listened. I took advice from people like you and people like DIY Semi, and I kept my mouth shut and my ears open and just worked. Just worked a lot, to be honest with you. And paid off, just started making a bunch of extra payments to my truck. Everybody that I talk to tells me own the asset. So that was my driving force. I wanted to own the asset as quick as possible. So I listened to suggestions. I paid attention to when people talked. I stayed focused. I don't think it was too difficult. I can't hear you at all, Cash, or anything.
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you, man. I don't know. I have trouble with this StreamYard. Yeah, I'm running it through these truck stop cell towers. um, but yeah, I don't know. Are you still there? You're like hung up on my end.
No, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm having a little trouble hearing you there. Um, so you started a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel about?
Man, it's just about a bunch of nothing, to be honest with you. I'm kind of, I don't know what direction to bring it. I'm just posting things a lot. The reason I started is I'm bored. And there's times where I sit in my sleeper or I'm sitting at a shipper or receiver for hours. And honestly, like, I think I have some good ideas that can help people like me when I was starting out. When I was starting out, I did a lot of research. I did watch YouTube channels. I did follow people like you and DIY Semi and some other people. And, I want to try and help people, to be honest with you. I believe in like mentorship, and I believe in helping people. I believe that we all can be successful, if we take the time and actually listen to what people that are successful have to say. It would be easy. I have over 20 years experience in this industry. It'd be easy for me to think I know everything, but I don't think I would be successful as I am had I gone in with that attitude that nobody can teach me anything. Right. I know everything. I don't think I could have been where I'm at today.
Yeah, that's a dangerous attitude in any part of life, I think.
Yeah, but
when you think you know everything.
A lot of people have that attitude, though. Which is understandable. Yeah. I mean, there's a song that talks about 10,000 hours of doing something like makes you a master at it. Well, over 20 some years in an industry, you have well over 10,000 hours, millions of miles under your belt. You should be a master. Well, the way I looked at it was, I understand the trucking industry. I understand what the job entails, but I didn't really know how to operate a business. And I feel like the way I'm operating my business is doing me wonders and doing, I'm successful. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. I'm successful at what I do. But I listen to people like you. Am I glitching?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. So as far as your first year of being an owner operator, what was some of the worst times? Everybody talks about the good times and all this money, and like what are some of the trying days you've had, like the days where you just question everything?
I haven't had a day where I question everything, but I've had bad days. I mean, I've had days that I've lost loads. I drove through a blizzard last year and ended up putting the truck on the shoulder of the road, where half the truck was in the ditch, the other half was still on the highway. I had a load under me. That was a scary situation. Oh, wow. I've woken up with my starter not working. Stuck out in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, with a blown radiator. I've had some times that are like, you want to throw in the towel, but anything that makes, anything worthwhile is worth the hard work to get it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
My life's changed so dramatically. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've had kind of a rough week, and I kind of got to thinking about it. I was like, if you went to somebody in a third world country and said, yeah, you can work a few rough days, but you can make like 10 grand and probably bring home 6 of that. You know, they would do anything they could to get to that. So I try to be thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I had to plug my phone in.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
about.
it's like, go ahead.
Well, no, like I mean, we all face these struggles. When you're running overnight and then you get to your shipper and they don't unload you for 4 or 5 hours, and then you have to get to your next pickup and you're only sleeping.
Yeah.
You're running on empty. I mean, those are tough days. But it's well worth, like you just said. I mean, and the money I make for having a rough day is well worth it. Oh man, you can't hear me, can you?
You there?
I
Yeah, I'm
am
having
here.
trouble with the it's not updating on me. I can see you better on this phone than I can that phone.
Oh
Um
shoot.
It's all right. We'll do a couple more questions, then I got to get to bed anyway.
Yeah, sorry for the
I got
late
to try to make
arrival.
it back to Minnesota tomorrow.
Drive careful.
But I do appreciate you coming on, everybody. If you would, be sure to check out my guest Just Trucking's channel. Oh wait, I meant Fate Trucking. Fate Trucking. Y'all look so much damn alike, I can't even tell you apart. Uh, oh man. Um, yeah, it's my connection. It's not his connection. That's messed up. I got this fly by night cell service over here at the truck stop. You know how that goes.
Yep.
But if you could give advice to someone that's a company driver right now that wants to be an owner operator, what's the best route to go? Like what do you think just the best general knowledge to becoming an owner operator is?
Leave your ego at the door. Uh, like it's hard to explain, but leaving your ego at the door means you're willing to learn. And you know, you're not being told what to really do anymore. You're doing it for yourself. But you need to have people, you need to be willing to listen to people that are successful in this industry and are willing to help you along, because you're entering a completely different realm where like everything is on you. You no longer have like the safety net of a company. The responsibility is on you. So if you don't check that ego and you think you know everything, you're going to be successful right now. I mean, you're going to be successful right now, but it's not about right now. It's about
Right.
tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think. And don't all the
Yeah.
like if you really want to do this, don't let any of the fears you have really stop you, because some of the fears that I had about like health insurance, the expense of everything, the list goes on about people that were saying I shouldn't do this. After like 2 months, none of those fears, I can handle those fears. I can handle a major breakdown. I can handle a $20,000 bill. I mean, those things
Yeah.
don't intimidate me anymore like they did in the beginning.
Right. Right. All those and all those when I asked you about all the bad things that had happened, those are all chances to build your confidence, and that's exactly what they didn't. If you don't let them crush you, you'll come out better, on the other side if you can work your way through it.
Well, and yeah, and you learn. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe how much I'm still learning every day after the amount of experience I have in this industry. And I'm 41 years old. It's not like I'm a 20-year-old kid. I've been doing this a long time, and I learn
Right.
something new every day, or I at least try to learn something new every day. You know, I think that's important.
Yeah. I think it's a huge advantage also where, like you knew how to drive a truck before you became an owner operator. So you didn't have that, compiled on you. You were able to focus on the business part of
Yep.
it more than, because
Well,
I think it's a problem with a lot of these guys that come straight out of school and lease a truck, learning to drive truck and run a business,
yeah, and it's tough. And I I think some people, when you fresh come out of school, you have an idea of the truck you want, you have the idea of everything that is glamorous about trucking. When the reality is, like, that could put you in the poorhouse. I mean, buying a truck right now with 500,000 miles on it for $190,000 is, in my mind, not the best thing to do. You know, I bought a truck that was very reasonably priced, and that put me ahead of the
Yep.
game. You know, and I would
Yep.
urge people to maybe step outside their box and find something that might not be their first choice, you know. But what worked for me might not work for somebody else. You know, that's the reality. I'm here.
Yeah. What about these? What about these glider kits going for $260,000? You're saying that might be an unsound business decision?
It's funny you say that because, God, I would really like to have one. I'm not going to lie to you. I would like to have, you know, a Freightliner Classic or a Columbia or, you know, but no, I don't think it's a wise decision. If you don't have the finances to just buy it outright, I don't think it's a wise idea.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't do it. And I'm
Right.
glad I had people steer me the other direction, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's DIY knows a lot, man. I say he's the encyclopedia of trucking. So
He,
you know.
he is one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life, to be honest with you. And not just trucking. Like,
Yeah.
if people emulated like what he teaches, I think we'd all be we'd be better off for sure. For sure.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I know that's my opinion, but he is a wealth of knowledge, and I feel fortunate to be able to have him as my mentor, to be honest with you, along with you.
Oh. Now, I was giving you a hard time about. I always give you a hard time about taking time off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Uh,
do.
but I would like to clear it up. Like when you first started, you worked a lot. Like I know your schedule. I talked to you on the phone. You, like you were focused on paying that truck off. Like
Yeah,
I knew it. You were laser focused on no truck payment.
right.
And how long did it take you to get to no truck payment?
I made 7 payments, so it was 8 months. 8 months.
Wow. Wow. Good.
Um,
Good. Now you can afford to take time off, which I'm glad you can afford to take time off because it gives me something to give you a hard time about.
so I have a family, right? I have two amazing daughters and I have a wife. And this was not a decision that's just my choice. Like, I didn't say I'm becoming an owner operator, I'm going over the road, peace out. Like, it was a family
Yeah.
decision. And part of me taking time off is doing my responsibility as a husband and as a father to be home when I need to be home. You know what I mean? And I'm fortunate enough that my family, my kids are older. My wife is very understanding of what I'm doing, and she supports me in it. So I come home when she kind of tells me it's time to come home, or if I've been on the road for a while, and yeah, I take time
Right.
off. You know,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
afford to.
No, it's like I got to give you a hard time about something. So
Yeah. Hey man,
that's what I pick.
I
If I stop giving you a hard time, it probably means I don't like you.
I pull the knives out every day. Every morning I
Right.
wake up, I pull the knives out.
Right. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I'll say this
Um,
though, I definitely have a sickness because I am home. I enjoy being with my family, but my mind's constantly turning about trucking. What's the next move? What's the next step? Where do I go from here? I don't want to stay. I don't want to become stagnant. I always need to try and be leveling up in life, you know?
that's a good mindset to have when you own a business, though. It's like whether trucking or not. If you own a business, it's kind of in your mind at all times. Because it's up to you to go out, kill it, and drag it home. Like it's not go home, go in, work 9 to 5, and go. Like when you own a business, you have to have the business mindset. And honestly, if you don't have it, you're probably better off being an employee.
So that's a great point that I was just talking to somebody about today. Like, I didn't realize how much behind the scenes, and really it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I mean, yes, I have off time, but there's days I need to catch up on my paperwork end of month. I'm home right now, but I brought my truck in to get a new windshield put in today and a DOT inspection. I woke up early. Like, there's always something that I have to be doing, you know?
Right.
I
And
didn't,
that's why I give you a hard time about being at home. It's like I know the deal. Like it's not like you're, you know, off for 2 weeks with your hands up, like partying. It's there's stuff you got to do not on the road. I get it. I get it.
yeah. I
So,
wish, I
uh,
wish I was partying.
call me. No. um, um, so this truck you have, I know you
Yep.
had an APU put on it, new windshield, new DOT. Are we planning on keeping the paid off truck? Or are you looking at getting a new truck? What are you thinking?
I'm gonna keep the truck. Um, I have thought about getting another truck. I'll be honest, I have thought about getting another truck. I have the money to get another truck. Um,
Yeah.
but I think owning it and not having a truck payment and the things I don't like about the truck aren't enough for me to get rid of the truck. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
There,
No. Hey,
you know,
I just paid mine off this week. This is the third truck I've owned, and from the minute you pay it off to the minute you don't own it again, there ain't a day that don't go by you don't sit around and go, keep it or sell it, keep it
yeah.
or sell it, keep it or. I mean, it's just what it is. But um, yeah, no, you're in a sweet spot, man. You got a truck that's got a lot of life left on it, and you got the title to it. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, when you see CR England pull into the truck stop with the latest and greatest, and you go, why do they always get the new stuff?
Yep.
But they're paying $2,000 a week for that truck. Do you want to never go home?
Yeah.
Because that's the way it is.
I look at it like this. So obviously I have a mortgage. Um, I don't want to have a mortgage, and I don't want to have a mortgage in like the next 5 years, to be honest with you. So I'm taking money and trying to find ways to pay my mortgage off, to just keep putting myself in a better position for tomorrow. And I want it to be a position of power. Like, and I'm not talking ego power. I'm just talking a position of power. That's my goal, you know?
We call that FU money. You want
Yeah.
that FU
No,
money.
like for real. I just had to put a down payment down on my daughter's college tuition, you know? The fact that I'm able to do stuff like
Yeah.
that is because of the choices I'm making right now. I didn't overspend on a truck.
Right.
I listened to people. I still bust my ass even though I take time off. I
Right.
don't want to sit around and wait for a load. I'm the guy that constantly is trying to run when I am at work. You know, I don't take
Yeah.
time off on the road at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's it's a good business plan, you know, like uh run it while you can. You know, that's kind of what I do. You know, I swing by the
Yeah.
house and then I go, and then I come by the house and I go, and it's just business. It's how trucking life is. So we're gonna keep that truck for a while. We're gonna keep that truck for a while. What about getting your own authority?
So it's funny. I had my insurance ran. I had a quote ran for me. Completely affordable. I mean, it's $1,000 a month it would cost me to have my own insurance running under my own numbers. But it's really for right now, it's just not for me. I'm happy with the company I'm leased onto. Um, I know for a fact I would not be where I am today had I just gone out and gotten my own numbers. Now that's for me. I'm not saying anybody else. I know for me, I wouldn't be where I am today if I was running my own numbers. And I have no reason to run my own numbers. I'm happy right where I am, you know. Not
That's it, trucking. If you can find somewhere where you're happy and you can pay your bills, that's pretty good trucking. Now,
I
if you
mean,
don't mind me asking, what was that insurance quote?
was $13,000 for the year.
That's not bad at all. Not bad
Yeah.
at all.
No, I was shocked. I was expecting it to be quite a bit more based on what I've seen and heard on YouTube. And when I got the quote back, I was kind of shocked. Matter of fact, I called DIY and was like, "You're not going to believe this. My insurance is only this much." And he's like, "Yeah, that's a good rate. So are you leaving?" And you know, it's an ongoing joke between me and him. But no, I couldn't be happier where I'm at. And you know, maybe in the future, but I don't know why I would, to be honest with
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a sickness, so I'm always thinking of trucking, right?
Yeah.
I stopped by a house for a night and I found a load that I wanted to take. Now I can book my own freight. I can choose the loads that I want to take. And I I texted DIY, "Hey, I'm going to take this load." Not 5 minutes later did he find me a load that was 10 times better than the load that I had picked for myself. And I like not having the headache of
Yeah.
stopping and looking for my own freight all the time. You know,
Yeah.
I have a few lanes that I like to run, and I kind of stay in those lanes, to be honest with you. So I
Yeah.
know what the freight pays in those lanes.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's like, to me, even like more so, even just looking at the load board anymore to me is a waste of time. There's things I'd rather be doing than looking at the load board. And it's the same way here. You know, I find a load I like, and then I call and ask somebody in the office, one of the dispatchers, what they think, and they're like, I got something better than that if you really want to go today." You know, same exact scenario. So yeah, no, it's good you're happy where you're at. You know, that's a hard part of trucking, is finding somewhere to be happy. And for some guys, they have to have their authority. You know, they want that ultimate freedom. But for me, it's ultimate responsibility. You know, it's you know. So do you have plans on buying other trucks, hiring drivers? What's the next move?
I would love to do that. Or you know what? You know what I'd really love to do? This is probably not the wisest thing to say. I would love to buy trucks and like lease them to people, like lease purchase, but not make it where they're overpaying for a truck. Or I kind of want to give back. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what I want to do. I want to help people achieve their goal, because what I'm doing right now has completely revived my career path, hundredfold, and it has changed my family structure for the positive. And I know that sounds weird, the fact that we're on the road, we're away from our families, but you know what? When I'm home, I spend more time with my family. I'm more involved. And to be honest, like I want to be around them. I don't get home from work and tired and eat and go to bed. I want to be around my family. So I want to help people.
Yeah.
I would love to help people get to that level, you know? So I don't
Yeah.
know if that answers your question. Obviously, I would love to like grow a business and have like some employees, but I'd also like to help people get into trucks and have it be where they're not being raped over the coals, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's respectable. And I agree with you. It's, when I was working at Cisco Foods, it's probably the time where I spent the least amount of time with my family. I
Yeah.
mean, you work 14-hour days, 6 days a week. You're not at home. You don't
Yep.
see anybody. They're asleep when I leave. They're going to bed when I get home. And then I work, Saturday, so I don't get Saturday with them. And it's basically I see them on Sunday. So I mean, I get just as much home time. I think it's more quality home time now too, because I actually have money to go do things.
Yeah.
That's
So
a big one.
I won't share like dollars, but me and you talked. I brought my wife out for her birthday and we went to one of the places you and I kind of talked about, you know what I mean? So
Oh
like
yeah,
the fact that I'm able to do that now is amazing. It makes me
yeah,
feel good, to be honest with you. It makes me feel good. And I'm glad I can
right,
give that to my family, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's the same way I am. It's like makes you appreciate the work you did to earn that kind of money, and the risk you took. That's the key to it. Uh, as as uh, as DIY always tells me, no risk it, no biscuit. So if and that's a big part of being owner operator is, you know, you do want to make more money. You do want to be more successful because you are taking a lot of risks. There is days when you don't make money.
Yes.
There's
Yep.
weeks when you don't make money. I mean, like I pulled a little bit of profit out of November by the skin of my teeth because a guy let me rent his truck from him. If not for that, my November would have been a negative for the month. So, yeah, you want to make a little extra money. You want to enjoy that money. I
So
totally get
I've been doing this, like you said, January, so almost 12 months now. I've had 1 month that it was a negative month for me. Um, but I know why it was a negative month. It had nothing to do with freight. I had multiple breakdowns. I had an emergency that I had to come home for. Um, so yeah, there are times I've deadheaded from Chicago home. I know you've deadheaded a lot farther than that, but I've had loads fall off and just made the decision, hey, I'm going to deadhead, 400, 500 miles to get home. I mean,
yeah,
doesn't happen all the time, but that's what I'm talking about the position of power. I can make that decision that,
yeah,
you know what, I don't care how far away I am. I'm just getting home. Like, and
it,
it doesn't hurt me, you know?
yeah, yeah. It's calculated. It's yeah, and to me that's the benefit of being an owner operator versus a company driver. To me, until you get yourself in a certain position, you're working just as much as a company driver as far as like the amount of days per month or whatever. You're still working a lot, but
Well,
it's being able to take off when I want to take off is the big thing for me.
yeah, take off when you want to take off. And you talked about, you're working as much as a company guy. You might not even pay yourself more than what some company guys are making. I mean, that's a reality. You'll have the money in the bank,
Yeah,
but that money should be allocated for things. And and the discipline of knowing it's not all yours is very eye-opening. And I struggled for a long time. I had multiple talks with people like, I have too much money. Not that I'm, dealing with that kind of money was scary to somebody like me, to be honest with you, but now I make it work for me.
Right. That's what you got to do. I always say I'm self-employed. My boss is a real a-hole. You know what I mean? Makes me work a lot, grinds me to the bone. You know what I mean? Just, geez, Louise, that guy. But I mean, that's, it's once you get the hang of it, of like, once you realize money is the power, then it changes your mindset. Then you don't want to spend all of it. Because it's like things are things, but when you put your money to work, when you're making money, when you're not driving the truck,
yep,
that's when you really succeed.
You're not scared.
Yeah, exactly. So you've been out enjoying the afternoon.
Yeah, went and did Christmas lights, and like went on a Christmas walk tour to run into Santa's elves and the whole nine. Yeah, it was a nice little afternoon with the wife. My daughter had a softball party. Their team did like a secret Santa party, so I went and spent time with the parents there, and then hung out with the wife after that. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, I have, when I come home, I have energy to do those things, and I enjoy them. It wouldn't be my first thought to go look at Christmas lights, I'll be honest with you, and find Santa's elves. But you know what? I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. Good deal, man. Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'm gonna go to bed. I got to get up at about, I don't know, I probably need to be up at about 4 a.m. to get going. So, I'll let you get back to your home time. I do appreciate you coming on to the show. Double bonus points for doing it on your home time. I really appreciate it. Everybody, go check out Not Just Trucking. This is Fake Trucking. I know they look just alike, but
he is much better looking than me, much bigger than me, and could squash me like a bug.
Your channel will be bigger than his one day. You wait and see. And see. Everybody go check out my guest here, Fake Trucking. Pinned at the top of the comments. If you scroll up to the top and click on that, there's a link right there to his channel. If you would go check him out, show him some support. Thanks, everybody, for coming by.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
And you're going to do big things, man. I can tell. Your channel's going to be huge, by the way. Just keep doing what you're doing. Nobody really has a direction in the beginning. It's about finding your place, but you got a good mindset on it, of helping people, and I think that'll go a long way.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for all your help. Yeah. I mean, you know what you do for me, man, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. We'll see you later, man. Everybody take care of yourself. Bye.
Bye-bye.